In the world of finance, names can be a bit misleading. Take ours, for instance, pronounced LSEG, aka London Stock Exchange Group. Sure, we're in London, but we're also here, here, and here. In fact, we do business in 190 countries. We're practically everywhere, except here. Well, not yet anyway. We're proud to be one of the world's biggest, most international stock exchanges, connecting capital with ideas for centuries. But that's just part of what we do. Today, we connect the news, information, insights, and systems to create possibility across the markets, partnering with almost every major financial firm in the world. You see, others do some of what we do, but not everything we do. Instead of LSEG, we could have called ourselves the London and practically every other place in the world stocks, bonds, currency, data, analytics, indices, risk management, clearing, exchange, multi-asset class group. But that's a little wordy. LSEG.
Hi, welcome on this week's episode of Spot and Forward. Technology has revolutionized financial markets, transforming the way trades are executed, monitored, and analyzed. From the advent of algorithmic trading and high-frequency trading platforms to the rise of blockchain and digital currencies, technological advancements have dramatically increased the speed, efficiency, and accessibility of markets. Automation and artificial intelligence now enable complex data analysis, giving investors real-time insights and predictive tools to optimize trading strategies. Today, we welcome Nicolas Falmagne.
Thank you for the opportunity, Laura. Delighted to be here and be part of the Spot and Forward series.
What are some of the typical challenges that financial institutions face when migrating off-premises to the cloud?
So, Laura, one of the first elements to be considered while talking about the cloud is the TCO. Moving into the cloud does come with its own costs. And that's why you have very much to make sure that you properly land that TCO element with some saving. The second one is the security. I mean, data security is crucial, right? Banks, financial institutions do maintain a lot of sensible data sets, and it's up to the IT departments to ensure that there is obviously an access, a safe access, but also a secured delivery mechanism with all the necessary redundancies putting in place. Now, I just want to share a small story to one of the well-known asset owners based in Australia, a story which happened to them, within which their account had been on the cloud, had been accidentally deleted. What can you imagine, right? And this was deleted by a well-known cloud provider as well. So this is a kind of good reminder for all of us to think of it as an important element to do it with proper due diligence from an organizational and executional perspective. Now, beyond risk management, there is also that element of moving data around the cloud. What I mean by that is if you have a significant amount of data in the cloud, I mean, and you want to move it away or, to different location, it does also have some cost. And if you don't have a good understanding of the pricing mechanism, then it can lead to some bad surprise. And that's where, we help our customers by providing them with different options and different pricing mechanics.
What are your customers telling you about their key technological needs and pain points?
Well, there is a lot. Let me give you 4 examples, 4 use cases. The first one is in the investment banking. What we've seen is most of our customers are very much looking at what are the future target companies. And on our side, we've been thinking how we can help them, right? So we've been creating some M&A target models, which are built out of industry trends, news, comments from management, and ultimately scores those companies on the likelihood to be acquired in 12 months' time. So, it's, I think, quite powerful to support the equity analyst in their daily job. And this does also give a good examples on how, we are looking at building analytics. The second, customer segment I would like to call out is asset management. In the asset management space, we see a lot of focus now going into data intelligence and workflow analytics, such as Snowflake, Databricks. And that's where we have been investing a lot of time, but also money, to make sure that all our different data sets are available on those platforms so that our customers can leverage that scale tools to navigate across huge amount of data sets, but in one place. Another trend within the asset management is how we've seen the industry shifting from traditional fundamental research to quantification. And this does have a benefit as it mitigates the key man risk elements. What I define as key man risk is the potential loss of a highly valued professional. Now, from a regulatory perspective, the third one, we keep seeing a lot of burden. Regulatory environment does require a lot of resources, a lot of knowledge, a lot of money, right, to be properly dealt with. And DORA is the one which is now requiring most of what I just called out. So we are staffing up to ensure that we can support at our best our customers on that journey, as we have been doing, by the way, in the past with SFDR, MiFID II, or FRTB, and making sure that we come up with a consultative approach to properly deal with DORA. The last one would go for wealth management, where we see, the private bankers as the asset manager. I wouldn't say here the asset managers, but much more the advisors are very much keen to optimize further, by leveraging the right productivity tools and making sure that they provide their customers, or they delight their customers with the relevant digital platforms through an omni-channel strategy. And in that regard, we've seen different market evolutions. For example, in Asia, we see a faster adoption of digital services, while here it's progressing, but we are still on the journey, which could also be linked, to the transfer of wealth from one generation to another. We know that this new generation does have, or does provide more importance to getting access to, their key information 24 hours a day through digital services.
What would be your advice to organizations who are thinking about approaching AI?
So I would very much recommend not to take a standalone functional approach while dealing with AI, but rather identify the internal challenge that you are trying to sort out. Is it user productivity? Is it customer satisfaction? Is it digital experience? This is a must-have, right? You need to very much understand what that challenge is, and once you understand, to identify how AI can help you with some of its capabilities to better tackle it. Once done, identifying the different use cases which will help to sort it out is the next step. We were talking about digital experience. Do you need, AI to support you in the creation of those chatbots? Talking about productivity, do we need that technology to support a trader, dealing with that large amount of information, summarizing it, and creating some alerts for them? This is all where I would very much invite our customers to take a combined approach, some combined thinking, to make sure that they don't adopt it for adopting it, but very much see what is on the short term, that return on investment, which would make it a winning game.
Is generative AI a hype, or is it real? What are the benefits and threats?
So I would say yes to both, Laura. I believe that in a certain way generative AI is overhyped, but so was Cisco in 2000. Cisco in 2000 and NVIDIA today, have valorization which are extremely difficult to justify. On the other side, generative AI does definitely show real benefits, like simple tasks dealing with large amount of information can be done so much faster and with a better outcome. If on the other side I look at how some AI-based stock picking funds do not outperform the market, it makes me think that we are not neither ready to see some huge swathes of financial services community being made redundant. Now, can it allow an analyst to be more efficient on the coverage of his portfolio, staying aware of the latest news? Absolutely. Can it allow, the summarizing of large amount of information in a swiftly manner into more reasonable standards? Same story, positive, right? It's very much about identifying what are those use cases where AI can add, that additional value. I think that on the medium term, AI and the technology will very much assist with information consumptions, and that's where it does have a key role to play. One of the challenges that our customers do see is staying informed at the earliest with all those drastic changes taking place in the market. And we've seen that, or we all know that, most of the alpha is most of the time generated out of information nuggets that cannot be missed. So that's where, in my opinion, AI will help us to level up this playing field.
Thank you, Nicolas, for such an insightful conversation.
Well, thank you for the opportunity. My pleasure.
And for those watching us from home, please don't hesitate to tune in for the next episode of Spot and Forward.